doing business in Africa. You can't afford to be without Africa Investor.
Good morning. My name is Hubert Rizibiza, Senior Climate Finance and Technical Advisor for the Africa Green Infrastructure Investment Bank, Afgiib. So I've spent the past 15 years between public and private sector, particularly in capital mobilizations and development of programs supporting financial sector development in Africa, as well as its promotion. As a climate finance advisor, I have developed several value propositions around blended investments, structuring, and NDC resource mobilization plans. The Afgiib, the Africa Green Infrastructure Investment Bank, is an independent, catalytic, and commercially run platform at the African level, meant to support green investments in infrastructure and catalyzing private capital to accelerate the green economy transitions for the continent. Well, the main challenges for us in the industry are really, making sure that we have capital that allows de-risking, that can bring the project to bankability. So ultimately, most of the challenges that we see in getting projects off the ground are related to all the major risks related to the destination. It could be political risk, it could be the administration level, and everything we're trying to do through our mobile law is to make sure that the investment framework has been catered for. So we've done some extensive work with countries to make sure that projects, once they reach our platform, they've been vetted and have been proofed, reviewed, so that they could be shovel ready or investable ready. So we put that kind of capital, initial capital, to de-risk projects, and this, from the perspective of the investment destination, but also all kinds of related risk that are present over the continent. So in view to the question, those are the main challenges that we see on the continent, but that's also the role of Africa Green Infrastructure Investment Bank, which is really to provide visibility to projects that have been de-risked before mobilizing also other capital that won't be coming if we were not there. As you understand, that we are definitely a platform that is mobilizing resources for green investments across the continent. Most of the projects are eligible for carbon credits, and because they've been proved CO2 reduced, we've been seeing the emissions that are reduced immediately or at a future value or at a future level. So we see carbon finance as an opportunity, one, to mobilize more resources and develop more projects that are climate proof, and supporting also the implementations of the NDC, the National Determined Contribution. And carbon finance ultimately allows the projects to come closer to bankability, but also reducing the cost of finance. Circular economy is very important in the sense that it allows, I would say, continuity. Nothing is lost, but actually we can reuse, and ensuring that there's a full cycle on material, equipment, the development of smart cities in which sustainable energy is used, in which waste management contributes to the ecosystem and the livelihoods at the city level. So ultimately, we're trying to have a circular economy because that supports the development of our livelihoods in general. Instead of increasing our spending into non-circular, which ultimately will create wastages, we believe that circular economy is the proper way of investing, and Afgiib makes a point to have the right investment projects that are speaking to the NDC, but ultimately also adopt circular economy principles. Green hydrogen, we live in an era where industries are capital intensive. By moving towards investing in African NDCs, obviously we are moving away from fossil fuels. And the reality is, for our industries, for our transport system, we need to rely on sustainable energy in masses, in quantity. And if it's for electric vehicle, e-mobility, we have a way to do it. But hydrogen represents a lot of opportunities in terms of supporting the access to clean energy for our industries, for our transportation system, while reducing our costs related to energy, but also increase our capacity to deliver. So in a nutshell, I mean, what we see with the transition, the green economy transition for Africa, it's more of a way to leapfrog on our developmental journey as a continent, while embracing sustainability principles. For me, the Africa Green Economy Summit is de facto the most important platform where global capital will meet projects, green projects. We've been doing this work with the African Green Infrastructure Investment Bank, but here we have a platform, an event, a summit, which will bring other capital providers from the globe, and with the support of countries, we'll be able to showcase what Africa has best to offer in terms of investment opportunities, and more than ever, because this summit is actually dedicated for the green investment sectors. So it's not just a summit for investments with very scattered or very non-homogeneous project, but more actually having a platform that will cater for green investments for short-term, middle-term, and long-term. So the Africa Green Economy Summit, to me, is the event or summit not to be missed on the continent.
business in Africa. You can't afford to be without Africa Investor.